This video is going to discuss demonstrative adjectives, which are adjectives that are used to tell which thing you are referring to. So in English, our demonstrative adjectives are this, these, that, and those. And if you've noticed, I sort of grouped these in a particular way for a reason. So in this row here, we have things that are close to you, this chair, these buttons, I don't know. And then in this row we have things that are a little bit farther away, that chair, those buttons. And then in this column we have singular, and in this column we have plural. So I did this to show you that the English and Spanish demonstratives are very similar in the way they are used, because in Spanish you can actually do the exact same thing. So the Spanish demonstrative adjectives are este, esta, estos, estas, ese, esa, and esos, esas. Whoops, if I could spell that would probably help your understanding. And these are quite literally direct translations. This, these, that, and those. You will notice in Spanish that we have a gender agreement going on. So if your this is feminine, you would use the feminine form here. Same over here. It is important to note that the singular form masculine does not end in O, it ends in E. So esto is not a correct demonstrative adjective. So let's try a few examples using these. They're pretty easy to use. An important note that I will denote with a little star there is that demonstrative adjectives are preposed, which means they come before their nouns. And you may have seen things like this before. Possessive adjectives work the same way, but your stereotypical Spanish adjective would usually come after the noun, so this is a little different. So, let's try some examples. Demonstrative adjectives in English and Spanish work in pretty much exactly the same way. The only thing you have to remember in Spanish that's different from English is to match the gender. So for instance, if we wanted to say this chair, esta silla, that chair, esa silla, these pencils, estos lápices, those pencils, esos lápices. So, given that it's pretty straightforward, I'm going to go right ahead and give you a few English phrases that you can translate for me. So here they are. 1, I want you to say these shoes. 2, those apples. And 3, this clock. So pause the video, work out those translations, and then resume when you want to see the answers. So these shoes, we're going to have some variation of estos, estas. Given that shoes, zapatos, is masculine, we will have estos zapatos. These shoes. Those apples, we will have a variation of esos, esas, because this is plural. Given that manzanas, apples, is feminine, we will have esas manzanas. Those apples. And finally, this clock, we're singular, and reloj, clock, is masculine, so we have este reloj. So there you have it. These demonstratives are quite easy to use, very straightforward, similar to English, and they are also very handy. So, good luck, have fun.